pistol when it went 9-7, but then Mousesports just went into a different level, and Gamerlegi couldn't keep up. Dennis going to be called upon. Interesting, Karşi was actually looking to his right-hand side, and Dennis with 2. This is more like it. They did have Ships that was the hero on the CT side of Mirage on the pistol. And now Scream going to try and fend off the aggressors onto the B side. He's not going to be able to do so, but they do have a fast rotation. It chips in, flick across to Rops, not able to stop the bomb plant. The round surely going the way of Gamerlegi. Frozen might have a few things to say about it, but he has been squashed, or maybe not. That's a hell of a flick to Hampus. Finally goes down, but a valiant last stand.
We'll just hold on to the Glock. What a lad.
Oh, there he's switched across with Carrigan now. Chasm of potential SG frags. It's the MP9 though that comes out ahead against Rops. Maybe tossing down the Molotov, but no one's actually home, so that is an incendiary that is going to be wasted.
Yeah, just kind of keeping spread out. Woxi maintaining presence over towards Ivy. Frozen taking his SIG as the main entry player through T-Con. Karrigan dancing around the smoke of ladder room, so just trying to get their crosshairs focused on all angles towards outer. Nice little one dig there from Karrigan. Follows it with another onto Knock as well. That's some nasty work there from Karrigan. But Scream, this quick flank could be devastating.
Yeah, this could be the make or break moment. Karrigan is watching it, but remember, he has no Kevlar, so he's kept out the Deagle as opposed to the MP9 that he picked up. Flashbang out. Scream going to try his very best to make something happen. Was there a Deagle down there? Decides not to even bother trying, and Frozen.
Out with their smoke wall on the bomb train, and Ivy, a favorite tactic of theirs.
Could be running into a bit of a cataclysmic hold, though, from Gamerlegi. This is where the Deagles and the CZ could really shine. Rops, though, piercing through the smoke, will pummel onto Ships. The player advantage has been maintained, and now Hampus is going to turn the attention back around. Did also land a lot of damage to Frozen.
Once one has to plant, that knocks one player out of the equation. And the CTs can kind of sprawl on them, but that's a good pickup from Woxi, letting the low health player plant and covering the back halls.
Nok may be the ace up the sleeve. They don't know where he is. They're going to have a good idea as to potential flank around, but Nok has finished the first. It's all down to Woxi. First frag of the round for him was solid. That's a hell of a headshot too as Nok was falling to his death, and Dennis was preoccupied looking for the SG. Is left alive for a few more moments, but Woxi shuts the door in his face, and Mousesports. Hampus does have the dig, but he's the first player to fall. Karrigan's going to double up. Could even get a triple with the MAC-10. Losing 0 health in the process. Clean, quick kills. Clean, quick round. On the side of Mousesports. Karşi. Karrigan.
Losing one player on this, so their economy is starting to build up just a little bit.
With Karrigan dying, they did have the option of maybe Woxi picking up an AWP and dropping an AK to him, but they're going to be going for a very aggressive play instead. There's a declaration of intent. We don't want the AWP because we're going to take the fight to the CTs, but be careful what you wish for. The hunters become the hunted. They're just being smacked down left and right. Last player left is Karrigan. He has been playing very well today, and there's another one. Is he really going to pull this back? HP Scream could have moved into so many different angles. There's the Molotov, though. Scream has to move out. Karrigan. Oh, he's going to get headshot down. When a player pulls off a play like that.
Rops usually controlling inner. Karşi assisting at Ivy. They run boosted Woxi over to get a new angle. And this aggressive inner setup could be huge, but Rops.
Scream going to take the initiative. Push with the M4A1S. Going to get the kill. And not really taking too much damage as Hampus goes in with the SG. Karrigan now going to show his hand, but it's only good for the 1 kill. But there is Woxi with the AWP. Finally has it in his hands and is going to make it work. SG wielding Karşi alongside him for some company. A little bit off on the Ships. Information gathered, 25 seconds. It stands to reason. Gamerlegi know this is probably going to be an A hit, but they both peak at the same time.
Mousesports are going to find a 5th, and with them getting this many T rounds this early, it's not looking good for Gamerlegi. They're going to have to really recover well in the next couple of rounds.
Some slip transfer or spray for Karşi, but his days are numbered. Just looks like he's going to be the only side of train on Mousesports' choice. We know how strong they can be on the CT side.
They receive stun gunfire, and a smoke is in their face, but it's going to fade here quickly. And Karrigan is going to find that entry.
Solid entry alongside Karşi. Now, Nork's going to have to show his hand, but it's really going to be so hard for him to do a great deal more. 2 kills is more than he really should have got from that position. Scream does connect a shot through the smoke. So that keeps Mousesports honest in the 2-on-1. You also have no nades planted down on connector. This could be it. This could be the moment. Scream could actually clutch this. The timing, everything is going in his favor. They were completely biting down on him still being an Ivy, but Frozen is going to
come down to a 1v1 in the end, though. So to be fair, Gamerlegi did make a couple of big plays to kind of reel it back in, but just not enough. And now, once again, they're just on the pistols, and Mousesports are wreaking havoc on this outer bomb site. To string together any rounds to even get a single one on knock, so that obviously hurts. And Train's obviously a more technical map, so if you're a team that's kind of new together, you're not really going to have a whole lot built on this map. This map requires a lot of quick decision-making, reactionary stuff, being able to play off of each other on both sides of the map. You can't get away with pugging it, so to speak. That's always going to make it a disaster for a team like Gamerlegi. Who
results, man. They're still in it, of course. Not quite over just yet, but certainly getting towards that stage. Mousesports are just taking over.
Ship's taking his towards outer. Kerrigan sneaking through a smoke here on the sidewalk in inner. Could be a huge problem. Knock, though, able to survive it and fade back, and now they know where Kerrigan is. Rops gets a kill, though, so there's still a chance for Mousesports.
Yeah, Kerrigan is just holding position. He knows that his position is very, very powerful in terms of scouting information. It's huge. Even if he dies, he's got so much info just piecing out. Like, why even throw these AKs away? Yeah, they're just giving it up.
Not much they can.
Walk is still positioned at the back of the site, plus time is starting to dwindle away. Oh, the Molotov actually extends to him. It's unfortunate. He's actually going to need to pull away as a result of that. Plus the kill that Kerrigan just got lurking on A is going to draw away a couple more players. It puts more pressure on Scream. He nearly spins around and claims a double. Frozen so nearly put down, but still connects with the SG. But the wraparound frag could be the difference maker. It was Dennis that came in with his M4 down ramp. Meanwhile, there's a skirmish up close, and it's going to be a no-scope from Hampus up close with that beautiful kill. It was like 7-2 or 8-2, and then they came back, made a real go of it, ended up slipping away from them. Dennis with a flashbang in. Solid work. With a second, could be looking for a third and gets it done. A flashbang accompanied by Hampus. Exquisite.
Said and done.
About to pose the question, how much damage can Chris J do on his way out? The answer is
back to what might be a fast outer play, that they are being held up just a bit, but one has snuck by. That's going to be Frozen. He's able to get behind on knock.
Oh, crisp headshot, looking for more, gets more. Dennis, who is low, has been finished off, and Hampus takes a few stray bullets through the smoke. Frozen's not done just yet. He's a hero plays, going to yield the round surely. Hampus can't get any kills to his name. Dennis going to be up to the task. No, he gets put in his place. Kerrigan just down to 4 HP, but that opening pick is everything for Mousesports. Going to split the CTs thinly. 2 players actually rotating around the CT stairs, but Scream going to hold on. Rops peaks before the rest of his team. There's no chance to avenge him. HP certainly favoring Gamerlegi for the time being, but actually going to start to switch back around. Kerrigan's made a move in connector. It's such a chaotic round. Do Gamerlegi have a good call on this? They have a good read on what's happening. No, Scream, not with his primary out. Certainly not anticipating Kerrigan's positioning. And Frozen saved by the jump. He has his kneecaps blown off, but he's still alive just about. This plant is so risky. He's not going to go for the... No, he's not going to go for the peak. He just stays in position. There was enough time that he had to fear the potential it was a fake. And now he goes in for one. It's down to Frozen, 2-on-1. First kill goes his way. Has no idea where Hampus is residing in connector. And that's going to get him caught out.
I mean, they can be so dangerous in those second rounds with the amount of skill they have.
Well, first kill going the way of Gamerlegi. They're not checking the right-hand side. It's... Oh, no! Frozen! They didn't check him. I think he was waiting to see how many players passed before he showed his hand, but he's just completely whiffed it. And now Kerrigan has to try and stand tall and deliver some headshots. And he's doing a solid job of keeping them at bay. Now Rops is going to chip in from box holes. Again, it's chaotic again. The whole 9 yards has been placed into position, but Gamerlegi starting to fall behind in terms of HP and also players. Bomb's been planted. Ships connects onto Rops' head. 2-on-2 now. The advantage swiftly goes in favor of Gamerlegi, but here's Kerrigan. He's going to get the drop on Ships, almost guaranteed to get this frag. Is he going to try and look for a second play? No! He waits too long!
Actually got found out, and Gamerlegi do tie up the game, but again, you got to worry about Mousesports on these second rounds. They're so strong with these Eagles.
So So the pistol rounds keep on rolling for Gamerlegi, and it doesn't look like they're going to fall into the trap of the second round.
They're acting to farm some cash. So all in all, this is a great start for Gamerlegi. Exactly what
you know for Gamerlegi certainly is significant because they've got onto the site, but that's a very welcome entry. Back on towards the site that's been planted on from Woxi. USP so cheeky. Karşi actually getting the upper hand onto Ships, but Nork Dennis and Nork again turned the tide of the round that was looking a little bit sketchy for a few moments there. Gamerlegi letting a bit too much slide. Hampus with another. Oh, nice work from Nork. He's got a third. Far from ideal.
Molly out. Look at Hampus, though. He's already snuck well into outer. Mousesports have no idea. Able to get the kill into the back of Kerrigan, not finding Frozen. So the outer defense is folding. It's all on Karşi, really, as the rotation starts to set in.
The two AWPers both trying to use the gun at range where it's at its most proficient, but they're not really being afforded the opportunities. Gamerlegi hugging the walls, making sure they can try and get this plant down momentarily. And Ships traverses across through the smoke for the plants. And Mousesports, well, they're on the other side of the map. They're going to try and save. The idea, though, has been called from Scream. He's in box halls, potentially looking to try and deal with these weapons. He's heard a lot of footsteps from Karşi. If he peeks round, he could take this AWP away from him. And this would be so integral, so key for Gamerlegi. But he's gone down to the hands of Karşi, who will hold on to the AWP. At the same time, Gamerlegi have a decent economy, but we saw how quickly it was swept away from Mousesports on their T side. If you just throw too many weapons away, Karşi, though, staying out wide. Gonna get caught, gonna get found and fragged. So that's one AWP that goes with him, plus the utility and the Kevlar that he had. And it could be both of them if Woxi's not careful. He's gonna be pushed off from multiple angles. Their Ship's gonna get claimed, and the AUG frag also from
Rox. They might be able to find the upset here on Train and push this into a map 3, but not if Kerrigan has anything to say about it. So he does find the Deagle frag onto Ships and will collect his weapon.
Convert some of them. And if they do, we could be heading to a third map. The smoke's cleared, and Woxi's head has been blown off. Nork is going to claim the first of what they're hoping is many. Second player runs into his crosshair, and a third. Rops and Kerrigan melt away. And Gamerlegi looking for a 12-8 lead. Karşi, though, solid Deagle work. They have no kit and only one smoke, so they're going to try and save these guns rather than go for the retake.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you really need those early kills to go their way, and it didn't. At the very least, Karşi is able to get the AWP over into the next round, as well as a head armor, Frozen, CZ, and armor in his own right. Money's not going to be too shabby for Rops, Kerrigan, and Woxi going to the next round either, especially Rops and Woxi. So they could actually put together a decent buy here in this next round if they wanted to. But Gamerlegi will move up to 12, so starting to build a little bit of a gap between themselves and Mousesports, trying to hang on to the hopes of a third map in this series.
Promising potential for quite some time now.
Absolutely. So we're going to see Gamerlegi setting up for some type of play towards outer. But Frozen and Kerrigan have aggressive positions towards the inner side and T-connector. There's already 3 players on the inner bomb side itself. A lineup from Karşi is going to help things along, certainly. Well done, though the response from Ships and Knock isn't too shabby.
I am amazed they got that bomb planted. When all the action kicked off, there's about 15 seconds left, which is one of the reasons Karşi got the lineup, because they were desperately trying to sprint their way onto the site. But here comes the rotation, the flank from Frozen. That flashbang is good, but there's a counter flash in as well. Nork, 1 on 3. He's already picked up 2 in this round. Gonna have to go 2 better and double up. His position's gonna be tenuous up close with the AWP. And there's Kerrigan to deliver death from above. Mousesports finally get themselves back on the board, but it was another shaky
certainly
retake.
Mousesports, even with that victory, not out of the woods yet.
Oh, absolutely not.
Chris almost done it again. Almost another 2-for-1, Vince.
Yeah, true. He did tag up Dennis as well, right? Down.
The fact that he's just kind of bleeding out over there, gets that frag. Now Scream'Li probably looking to push into the outer bomb site. Frozen gets caught by E-Box. Ships as well, found a kill. So that means outer bomb site essentially has folded. Mom will get planted. Only Rops and Woxi left. They're both towards inner bomb site. You have to imagine, given the economy, they're just going to be looking to save these 2 weapons. So it will be 13 for Gamerlegi. And I mean, money's running a bit low here on the Mousesports side. So it's starting to get to those critical rounds where if you lose a couple of more, the game's over with. Just due to the fact that eventually you are going to have to take a save. So Gamerlegi is starting to put themselves in prime position third map, which I believe would be Inferno. The classic map 3.
I'm totally down for that, Dust. I'm totally down for that. But of course, we still have a
You
little
didn't
bit
want,
of
Dust
a
2?
way to go. Is it Dust 2?
Yeah.
Why you got to
I'm just
blue
kidding,
balls
it
me
is
like that, man?
No. It is Inferno.
Oh, it is Inferno. What? Stop
I
playing
was
with my
saying,
emotions.
what if it was Dust 2?
Stop it.
What's that? What's up, man? I heard Dust 2 was your favorite map.
This could be it. This could be the key to a third map. Flick across, Woxi, overkill, headshot. Does take a lot of damage though for his trouble.
Yeah, big opening kill with no response from Gamerlegi. They've been held off here at T-Connector. Now as the utility fades, they get that AWP back out there to try to find something, but it's only going to find the barrel of Woxi, who finds another headshot with his AWP. Rosen pitching in as well. They are just mopping this up. Gamerlegi looks so disjointed in this round after they lost that first player.
It's another take from Mousesports as well. They're really utilizing the verticality of the trains. Very well done. Gamerlegi gonna hope that ships can start to lay some players to rest, but it's only gonna be Karşi.
Meanwhile, Hampus trying to sneak into outer. Does catch Woxi off guard. That's a big kill to find for Hampus. A lot of misdirection went on there for him.
He's scouting information, but he's been spotted. Karşi slots him down. 30 seconds to go. Gamerlegi have got to make a decision and run with it, and it seems like A site is the poison they choose.
Yeah, they're still all spread out right now. They haven't committed to anything yet. Chip's trying to come late. Ivy. Now Scream finally coming over through inner halls, but it's too late. Karşi is teeing off with AWP. He's found 2 kills by himself, solo holding the A side. And he might even find more as he's still hovering around that bomb train. As the bomb comes in, he finds it right away. Karşi, the hero that Mousesports needed.
Yeah, but I mean,
Ivy didn't get any intel. He was just sitting back towards T-spawn. You can't be doing that in the mid to late round.
so the one assault rifle and armor they had in Scream, who saved it from the last round, has gone down, meaning they have no armor left. So aim punch going to be a real nuisance to contend with for Gamerlegi, who were within touching distance of the finish line, and yet they seem to have tripped over and face planted. Mousesports picking up steam, gathering some momentum. An awkward fight on the top of the train. We'll see Dennis go down, but it's actually nearly at the cost of Karşi's life.
Yeah, now everything starts to get back into more sensibility here as Mousesports are picking off the remaining players of Gamerlegi with little trouble. Karşi did take a lot of heat, sure, but he still will hold on to the second AWP. It looks like it's going to be a flawless round for Mousesports. It means their economy is starting to build back up. They're starting to get that utility behind them. And they have the double off.
Seem like they're a little bit out of sorts now that Mousesports are mounting a real defense. But as I say that, of course, Hampus and Nort get 2 kills, and it just opens this round completely ripped open.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a little bit of a gimmick stack inside ladder room that no one had used yet this game, and it catches the Opper off guard over towards Ivy Train. So that is a big opening pick to get, followed up by another on the Kerrigan. So it's just really on Frozen. They're gambling that no one will be inner. All 3 players in the outer side, 2 back calls and Frozen up close on ladder. But he's been found out by Hampus.
A game that keeps on twisting back and forth. Just when you think that Gamerlegi have missed out on their chance. 1 round, clean, comfortable. Maybe Mousesports has something to say about it. Still, though, they've got themselves Rops and Woxi. Orp and Org. Woxi's already chipped in with 1, as has Rops. Woxi has the right idea. The bomb carrier plus 1 more player moving over onto B. That's his flick, but it actually misses. That could have been everything for Mousesports. If that connected, it would have been a 2-on-2. As it stands, it's Rops versus the world. He has no idea where the other 2 players are. All he knows is 1 player's up close. And Scream is going to make a move. Oh, he actually hasn't checked behind the spool. That's going to cost him his life. There is another flank in play, though. It's Hampus coming round the back of Rops, who's going to be there very shortly. If Rops doesn't move, he's a dead man to the AWP. He has just turned around, though. Did he see Hampus?
Something happened there. I mean, the round's obviously gone, but he may be able to stay alive with this AUG and might even be able to find this AWP over towards the CT spawn.
Gamerlegi certainly have the advantages. And especially in this round, Dennis finds himself an entry. Some spray from Kerrigan. Or controlled burst, I guess, in that case, will yield the end of Dennis's life, but has the damage already been inflicted? Christian going to try and push through. It's a similar play to what we saw Dennis do previously. Scream going to get the upper hand. He was almost absent on Mirage, but he is landing kills here for his team, and vital ones at the right moment. Still loads of time left, but also look at where Hampus has made a move through. He's getting around the back of the CTs. This is so much information. If he pushes
He's
through
pulling
here,
a Kerrigan right now.
Voxic's surely a dead man. Yeah, this is basically what Karrigan was doing on the T side for Mousesports. Yep. But is it going to work off? Because as much info as he's gathered here, if Woxi just happens to turn around at the right moment, Hampus is a dead man. And he'll be so bitterly disappointed that's the case. But now Voxic's making a move back to the site. And it's going to be a freebie onto Karrigan, or is it? How is Karrigan not dead? Hampus has got to get that kill. Fortunately, Nork is there to clean up the rest and perform janitorial duties. But Rops and Voxic, 2 on 4, are going to go for the save. Mousesports are going to be 15-12 behind, needing to pick up 3 rounds back-to-back to take us to overtime. Who would have thought it?
Yeah, this has been a brilliant effort here from Gamerlegi in the stretch to be able to get the key rounds to put themselves in position to force a map 3. Really good performances, particularly from Nock and Dennis. Hampus also been a big factor at times. Scream even not too far behind. The only person who's really lagged behind the server at all is actually Ships. I mean, everyone else on the server is like between 23 and 16 kills, something in that range. So everyone for the respective teams is doing a pretty good job. Definitely been a tight race. That's what now. Kerrigan also picking up the second AWP, so it's a little bit different. Oh. And Frozen, though, already been down. Hampus had the better spawn for the T-Con push, so he goes for it, finds the frag, and passes it back to Nock. So nice to be able to have that happen. Just a great spawn timing. Gives Gamerlegi a great edge to go ahead and close this map out here and now.
But he nearly did a Chris J, Dust. He also tagged Voxic through Frozen, knocked him down to 17. Nearly got a 2-for-1. What a time it would have been to pull that out. Chris J, meanwhile, sat in Pop Dog. It's looking like it's going to be a B hit, with 4 of the 5 players taking part in it. It's only Ships who is away from the rest of his team, but he's starting to make a move towards them right now. Incendiary smokes being deployed outside from Mousesports onto A. You don't have the luxury of all 5 players.
Yeah. But a good rotation here from Mousesports as Voxic has already made his way over the WP. Rock still on the side as well with the AUG able to find a frag. So they actually do have a shot here. It's a 3-on-3. Incendiary might stop the bomb plant. No, not quite.
Too deep. Does a bit of damage after the plant, but it's not enough to stop it. Hampus gonna get caught, but still spins around and takes down Chris J. What a moment in the round that could end up being, but it's all Hampus now. Utility count is a flashbang on either side. Hampus going to try and take the initiative, but Karrigan's a step ahead of him. Mousesports live just about. 13-15.
Aggressive on ladder. He's got a teammate nearby as well.
Love when the camera just switches away from the obvious action.
Yeah, it's great.
Love to see that. Love to see it. Karrigan.
Fuck you, auto director. You have 2 fucking minutes to figure this shit out, all right? There's a 2-minute Go TV delay. You can't figure it out? Get out of here, man. All right, I'm done. I gotta get all my F-bombs out while I'm not an official broadcast, you know?
I'm sure Hampus just dropped one as well, because that's such a cheeky peek from Chris J. That's such an integral part of this map and this very round. Gamerlegi, they've already let 1 map point slip away. Is it about to become a second one? Player advantage now in favor of Mousesports. And they also have the potential for Frozen to quick flank behind the B players. If the call comes through, it's a B plant. He is going to quickly scurry up there. He's just being cognizant of a potential A play still. Just checking it to make sure. Rops at the bottom of the ladder behind the spools. And meanwhile, Chris J at the back with his SG. 30 seconds. They've got to make a move. Nork going out first. Can he get an entry for his team? Can he propel them towards a 3rd map of Inferno? Chris J is really playing with his food. 18 seconds. We've seen Gamerlegi lose by indecision before. You've got to make a decision and go for it. And they're now pushing the green button. They're now going in, but Rops is there to deal with them. Nork lands a solid shot onto Rops, and he's going to have enough time to get this bomb planted. But this is where the flanker really comes in. Through the ramp side, he's been found by Frozen, and Mousesports with yet another defuse. That's what they're doing. They're playing to their arsenal of weaponry compositions, bonuses and positives, but Karşi, M4, closes it down. And how quickly the momentum of this game has shifted into favor of Mousesports. Overtime looking like a very distinct possibility. North gets caught out, UMB sprayed, it's going to get him another one. 3 more players to find and frag. It's going to have to be an ace, it's going to have to be a clutch. All the accolades going to have to be going the way of Nork if they're going to win this round outright. Does have an M4 next to him as well. Picks that up, being tagged up from range, but lands the shot. Down to 2 HP, though. He will fall. And Frozen is going to take us to overtime. So Gamerlegi, which does afford the CTs a little bit more room for error, especially on a map like Train, where you really want to prioritize. Oh,
hello.
What? Okay.
Hello.
I mean, that's one way to kick the overtime off, I guess.
Yeah. No wallflower in that time. Getting in there, getting on the dance floor. Good for 1 kill. Chris also found one being aggressive over towards T-Con, so Mousesports do have the edge going into this mid-round.
Oh, the SG is so powerful on the CT side, and Frozen's got himself one. We saw how good he was earlier on Mirage and Inferno. Woxi with 2. Pushing him 1 by 1. It does seem like Gamerlegi have really ran out of steam here. They're looking so very good. Got a question, psychologically and mentality-wise, how much has it affected them, knowing that they were so close to just outright winning this? And it's going to be nearly a clean sweep. It's only
down. So that's actually a great use of economy in an overtime situation where you have 16k start and you've won the first round.
I guess the only concern for Mousesports, other than Karşi being plucked out instantly, is if an aggressive play did come and you got 3 orcs.
And Vince, your mic is muted on Discord, so I don't know if you're casting or not.
Oh, am I? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Banter. I love Discord. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic.
Discord is a great program. Definitely no flaws. Perfect.
I don't think I was muted on stream. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
That's why I didn't want to start casting, because I didn't know. I didn't want to just run over you.
Discord, by the way, top banter. As is this round. I mean, this would be the first round Gamerlegi have had in 4. And most of those were high-pressure situations. They'll feel like a relief if they can convert from here. But if Karrigan can hold the line, it's 2 kills. Both the orcs have come in. The Molotov, though, underneath Karrigan's legs means he's going to get burnt out into the open and finished off by Scream. P250 for Woxi gets traded out instantly. And Frozen is cursing this smoke, but still spams through. Onto Dennis. That's the bomb down. And now Ships is going to try and clutch. He's had a...
That's not going to be the case, is it? Well played, bro.
I suppose that is the issue with going for that.
So we'll have to see how it plays out, though. Still a chance for Gamerlegi to force a map 3, but you feel like they need to at least find one of these T-side rounds. Yeah. That ain't it, though.
Oh, that spray through the
it.
box. Oh, dear. Gets absolutely smashed. Karşi's gone down. They at least know 1 player's in main that's been dealt with now. Now Woxi. He's not pulling the J. Woxi dead. Mousesports still have to finish off Gamerlegi. And Nork is going to pluck out the first kill. So a little bit of a chance, a glimmer, but Woxi's going to take that away. Up frag delivered to Ships. Still loads of time as well, so Mousesports don't even have to fully bank on the A hit if they so choose to just switch across to B.
Yep, just a 4-on-4 on play now. Frozen with the bomb. Briefly watching for an Ivy push, but now we'll meet up with the rest of his team over here towards the inner halls. Woxi not too far behind with his AWP. Double op in play for an inner push is going to be a little bit rough, but certainly could still make use of them and use this utility to try to push their way in. There is just Scream essentially in position. There's not even really anyone close to rotating as well. So Scream really a lot of weight on his shoulders.
He is the last line of defense and he's crumbled. He's been demolished. Frozen with his SG. Punctures into the site. There's 30 seconds left, but doesn't matter. The bomb's been planted now. And Gamerlegi have got to go for it. It's do or die, sink or swim. If they want to make it to Malmö, this clutch has to become a reality. Nork, try as he may, still trails behind by 1 player alongside Dennis. The SG now perched up at the back of the site. Frozen, not far away from landing some shots. And now Dennis going to just run straight into him. And it's Frozen.